What's up, guys? Today we'll be reading the diary of September, Sunday. Wow, it finally happened. I graduated from middle school. Dude, can you be quiet? I'm trying to make a video. Tomorrow will be my official first day at Plainview High. Middle school didn't go exactly as planned, and I don't really think I have to explain why. I'm still best friends with Rowley, and I'm still nowhere near where I need to be in the popularity scale. But that's all changing this year. Basically, from what I heard from Roderick, freshman year of high school is a make or break for your reputation, which sounds horrible. Mess up, and you're stuck labeled as uncool for the next 4 years. The last thing I need is a repeat of middle school. I tried explaining all this to Rowley, but he still seemed a little upset about going to Plainview High in the first place. Rowley actually got accepted into Plain Hill Prep, a high school downtown that's known for basically getting every student into an Ivy League school. Thankfully, I put an end to that ever happening. It would last a day in high school without me. But Greg, I'm sure he'll get over it soon. By the time freshman year is over, we'll both have hot chicks all over us and nerds doing our homework for us. He'll be thanking me for the best thing that ever happened to him. I spent the last week or so hounding Roderick for advice on high school. I figured it was the least he could do before going off to college. It turns out loaded diaper didn't blow up like Roderick wanted to. Can't say anyone's surprised there. But when Roderick announced to all of us he was seriously looking to go to college, we were shocked. I guess Mom and Dad had already given up on him by then. I want to go to college. When Mom asked Roderick what schools he wanted to go to, he just listed the top party schools, but he ended up getting into one. So I guess all worked out. Anyways, Roderick had explained to me that there are established social groups in high school, and you have to decide which one you want to join. Upper tier of the groups were the popular kids, like the jocks and the rich kids. The bottom tier was filled with loners, emos, and nerds. I asked where Roderick was in all this, and he told me he was the most popular kid in school. This is coming from someone who spent his Friday nights at the local gas station, so I took it with a grain of salt. Nerd, emo, popular, somewhere in the middle. What Roderick didn't sound much different than middle school. But I'm not taking any chances. In fact, I already made a bunch of preparatory... Hold on, I think I actually have sex, bro. Oh, no. What the what? But I'm not taking any chances. In fact, I've already made a bunch of preparations for this first day of school. I begged Mom to take me to the mall and buy me a bunch of new clothes. I figured looking sharp would be an easy way to look cooler. Besides, I was done wearing twisted wizard shirts every day to school. But at the same time, I didn't want to try too hard. There's a lot of trends going on now. I'm sure I'll look really dumb in a few years trying too hard. Bro, he has dreads and... Nah, it's too hard, bro. You didn't even get a tat. Yes, he did get a tat. Hold up. That's crazy. I don't really know what I was expecting from my first day in Monday. I don't really know what I was expecting from my first day in high school, but this definitely wasn't it. For starters, when Riley and I walked inside, the hallways were packed from end to end. It was impossible to get anywhere without getting shoved or elbowed, and the building was way bigger than Westmore. We barely made it to our first class on time. Chatter, 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 chatter. Bro, look at that kid. He's so small. No. Dad, give me your lunch money. I don't have it. Plainview High combined all the other public school middle schools in town, so I guess that's why it was so crowded. I see this on my local TV. Pit. Yeah. It looks like a hurricane. I don't think so, but... During second period, an announcement came on the overhead saying that all freshmen had to go into the gymnasium for an assembly after school. They herded us all to the bleachers down on the gym floor. down on the gym floor. There were cheerleaders dancing, the band playing, athletes, and all sorts of people running around. Where's Greg? It's right there. Go Plainview. Eventually, oh my gosh. Dude. I knew this was going to happen while I'm recording. Oh my gosh. Jeez. It's a nice one. Fast. Alright. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Eventually, some girl with the bullhorn came in and started talking to us. She said she was the student council president, told the high school was a chance for us to whatever we wanted to be, and started listing a bunch of clubs and things we could join. Got me thinking. I never was really involved with anything in middle school. Well, there was a school play in 6th grade. Who knew throwing apples at Patty Farrell would be the highlight of my 3 years there? Anyways, if I joined some group, I could definitely boost my popularity. Problem is, I'm not particularly good at anything. Well, I'm good at video games, but I've seen the people who join video game clubs, and trust me, it's not pretty. I think they were the people Roderick was talking about, bottom tier. Joining football could get me popular, but I'm not a fan of physical activity. Besides, those guys stay after school until like 6 o'clock, and I really like using that time to take naps before dinner. Assembly eventually ended, and they sent us all back to class. When I realized, while I was walking past the student council girl, I realized something. I don't say this about a lot of girls. She was really pretty. Holly Hills is only about the 9th prettiest girl in the grade now, but this girl was definitely top 5. She's definitely not top 5 if we're looking at her from this perspective. That's when I got a genius idea. I could join the student council. It was pretty much guaranteed. Yes! Why are you breathing down my neck, bro? That's when I got a genius idea. I could join the student council. It's pretty much a guaranteed way to get more popular. Plus, I could hang out with the student council girl. What percent am I on? 9. Now, all I have to do is find her social media so I can make a good first impression. That is so weird, Greg. Find her social media? Bro, you're trying way too hard. Trying way too hard to look good, but trying way too hard to pull a baddie. Like, crazy. Dang, bro, what the heck happened? Friday. It's finally the end of the week. Nothing really interesting has happened so far. The school is bigger and the work seems harder. But for the most part, it's not too different from middle school. But to be honest, making friends is more difficult than I thought it would. Feels like everyone has already known each other, even though classes just started. So far, Roderick told me it didn't seem true. There's a lot of cliques, sure, but the lines defining them are blurred. Luckily, I had 4th period with Chirag, with Rowley, Chirag, and boy was it revealed to see some familiar faces in class. By the way, I checked the school website, and the student council president girl is Olivia Olsen. But I couldn't find her social media accounts, which is weird, because I'm normally really good at that thing. Tissue? I'm getting demonetized for that, bro. I told Riley about Olivia after school today, and he said she was actually in his upper level chemistry class. I got my attention. Riley is taking their weird math class and science classes that are apparently for brainy people. I told him not to because only nerds take those classes, but he didn't want to hear it. Education is more important than popularity, Greg. Josh, whatever. That's why you. Never mind. I don't want to say it. Today was the last day we could still switch classes, so I knew what I had to do at that moment. Want to head to my place now? Gotta go. I was able to fill out a form before the office closed for the weekend. I glanced at the syllabus on the way home, and class looked way harder than things better pan out with Olivia, or else I'm looking for a completely needed self-included 4 months of stress. Making decisions that would make an impact on my life based on a girl I didn't even know wasn't the smartest thing I ever done. But hey, you gotta take a risk once in a while. Thursday. Something else different about high school is that they have the block schedule. What that means is that you only go to 4 of your classes on A days, and you go to the remaining 4 on B days. I didn't like it at first, but then I realized that it gave me an extra day to do my homework. Somehow I managed to get behind, though. We had a quiz on polyatomic ions today in chemistry, but I had a hard time focusing for some reason. See, back in middle school, it was pretty easy to cheat off people, but now everyone's super competitive about the GPA, and the teachers take cheating a lot more seriously. Eyes on your own paper, Hesley! To make things worse, the chemistry classes is eating up a ton of my free time. There's so many ions and formulas and other crazy things you have to memorize. Plus, half my classes didn't even understand what Mrs. Bell teaches in the lectures. No. Olivia sits in the front of the class, and I sit at the back. I joined late. Somehow, it seems like she doesn't stress over chemistry much at all. In fact, she turns her work halfway through the class and starts doing her homework from other classes. Friday. Since chemistry was already seeming like a bust, I decided to go through my plan of joining the student council. After school today was her first general meeting. I just wish I hadn't made up a different excuse this morning when I told Mom not to pick me up. I'm so glad you're finally applying yourself, Greg. Mom started going on about how I can improve my leadership skills and public speaking. Good thing she doesn't know the real reason I'm going. Rowley had some karate thing he had to go to, so I got Sharok to tag along. The meeting started at 4 o'clock in the student council room, which was just an empty classroom. Olivia was by the door welcoming everyone. I tried to play cool as possible. Welcome. You're Greg, right? Since all the officer positions were already taken, we would have to be the committee. It sounded like basically the officers' lackeys. Well, whatever you say. Lackeys. Here's another thing. Olivia started talking about Plainview High had a vaping problem. Apparently, the bathrooms were full of people vaping and smoking. She said the principal approached the student council personally and requested they report any suspicious activity. That's crazy.
What?
The vice president, Michael, pointed that since everyone at school, yes, everyone at school already knew who the officers were. There was no way anyone would be dumb enough to smoke in front of them. I remembered I was here to impress Olivia, so I figured I should make myself seem useful. So Shirag and I are freshmen. No one around the school knows that we're part of the student council yet. You could try to buy from upperclassmen, then report them back to you. No one thought that was a great idea, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Next week, they're gonna have Shirag and I go to the bathrooms during study hall and see what happens. Because I really don't care about snitching on random kids at all. The way I see it, if a kid wants to smoke or something, they're gonna do it regardless. It's just better not to make a huge deal about it. And if word gets out I'm a huge snitch, I can kiss any hopes of popularity goodbye. Back in elementary school, Mom was a part of those campaigns. I would come to school and give presentations of dangers of drugs. But I don't think they got through with anyone. Twins? Damani, I'm on 5%. Can I use the charger, bro? Yeah. Hold on. Let me finish this round real quick. back then, the things kids my age didn't even... Bro! You're in elementary school, bro. How are you so tall? Like, I'm guessing they're tall. Back then, kids my age didn't even know the first thing about drugs. So the presentation ended up doing more than harm than good. Oh, and I thought Shirag was going to be, using it at me for dragging him into this. But he actually was excited. He started blabbering how we're going to be undercover and stuff like that. And that made me wonder just how much the invisible Shirag chase messed him up in the head Monday. So Shirag and I had our first drug bust. Drug bust. Had our first drug bust today. After English, we got together and went into the boys' bathroom by the senior hall. Sure enough, there were a group of seniors hanging out and smoking on the corner. We were supposed to ask them if we could buy vape carts from them after school, and then the student council confront them. But of course, things never planned. What do you want? We'd like to purchase two Margianas, please. Sure. We got some on us now. That'll be $90 each. We accept. We didn't actually have $180, but I was able to use my negotiations. But we only have 100. Soon the council gave $50 to us each. So I figured we were getting ripped off, but I just wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. He was that fine and handed us 2 small plastic bags of weed. Shirag and I stuffed it in our backpacks and sprinted out of there. Man, I couldn't believe Shirag screwed everything up. I didn't have time to ask him what the flip he was thinking, because the bell rang and we had to get to our next class. I couldn't focus on anything for the rest of the day with literal drugs in my possession. I'm pretty sure I bombed another chemistry quiz, but I honestly barely remember taking it. Finally, during 8th period bell rang, I highlighted it behind the school to meet Shirag. I couldn't wait to get rid of the weed. It was taking years off my life already. I told Shirag that she would text Olivia and meet in the school council room, but get this, Shirag said he wanted to keep the weed and try to smoke it. Well, that's all for today, guys.